Hello and welcome to Martin Lucas Investors channel. My name is Sensei Crypto and today we're going to be doing the Sunday show. We're going to be looking at charts of stocks and crypto. We're going to be looking at the Fed watch tool to see what interest rate decision is going to come out next in 17 days in the US. We'll be listening and we'll be looking at your comments as well and seeing what suggestions you have. I'd like to remind you that everything I say in this video and live show should not be taken as financial advice. I'm only here to share my love of charts. So let's get straight into it with looking at the Bitcoin chart. We do have a breakout on Bitcoin. We did have this large move to the upside, and then we've had a large amount of time where we've been consolidating into a sort of bull flag. As you can see, we've got this parallel channel of consolidating slightly towards the downside with an upwards move. It is categorized as a bull flag, meaning it's a bullish pattern. As soon as you break out, you're sort of looking to take out those all-time highs at 73,000 and continue a move to the upside. There are a few resistance points before you break out. You've got the previous high at 70,000, you've got the next high at 71,000, and then again the all-time highs at 73,000, 74,000. Once you break out of each of these points, you're looking to create new highs, and you can take a Fibonacci from the all-time highs to the lows of this consolidation, and you're looking at targets around the 80,000, 90,000 pound mark, which is what I'm expecting to happen end of this year, beginning of next. I'm looking for Bitcoin to take that final push to the upside. We have broken out the bull flag. It is looking a bit more bullish. You're finally out that consolidation. I do remember saying previously when we hit these highs, we are overbought on the RSI, very overbought. We were at 85 on the daily. On the 3 days, we were overbought as well. We were sat at 86. And then on the weekly as well, which is the larger time frame, we were overbought as well, quite high at 86 on the weekly. That did give the signal of there's not much left in this move. There's no point buying in at the all-time highs. There was much nicer areas to buy in, maybe around the $50,000 level. Now our RSI it's not overbought, it's actually 59, and we're basically at 70,000. So that allows us to move up to that 90,000, get overbought again. And we've got plenty of room to run on the RSI to take Bitcoin to maybe that 90,000 mark in the next move. So that is looking good. I've always said Bitcoin's going to consolidate and continue up, so it is going as planned. What's going to move along with it, if you recall me saying, is Bitcoin dominance. We've been talking about Bitcoin dominance since I started these shows, really. We talked about this Wyckoff accumulation, this accumulation pattern down at 40k at that 40% at that base level, consolidating, breaking out and moving to the upside. You can see we've got this really nice upside, which we've been looking at, the retest of the highs and then the moving up. We hit, I think, 60%. 59%, and we're looking to take this to 60%. The highest I think Bitcoin dominance will reach is 66%. We might not go as high as that, but we're looking for Bitcoin dominance, which is the market cap that is in Bitcoin in the crypto market. So right now, 58.65% of the crypto market cap is in Bitcoin. We're looking for that to continue to the upside when Bitcoin continues to break out and hit those highs of maybe 90,000. Another point, which I think you can see that 66% is at that 786 Fibonacci retracement point. So that's the target of the move. I'm not sure if we'll get all the way there, but I do think we'll hit 60% and maybe go up to 62%. It looks like the final move. Remember when Bitcoin dominance starts topping out, which again, not there yet, but we might between 60 and 66%, maybe the middle ground at 62%, 63%. We'll see Bitcoin dominance top out, and we'll see it probably drop. And when Bitcoin dominance drops, it can either be because Bitcoin's price is dropping and altcoins price is dropping less. So Bitcoin's price can be dropping and the altcoins price can be dropping less, and that can cause Bitcoin dominance to come down. Or more likely in this stage of the cycle, we see Bitcoin dominance drop, not because any price of crypto is dropping. It's more Bitcoin is going sideways, has hit its top, and then altcoins are really outperforming Bitcoin. And that's when the majority of gains are made within these crypto cycles. It's not normally with Bitcoin, it's with the more risky altcoins. And when Bitcoin dominance tops out, it's normally a good time to start buying the altcoins. I'm at an area where I think it's because I don't think Bitcoin dominance can rise too much further. Yes, I think it's still bullish. I have been bullish on Bitcoin dominance for the past 2 years. We are finally reaching that 60% level, that first target of Bitcoin dominance. And basically, that means I'm happy to start buying altcoins at these levels. I didn't want to buy altcoins at any of these levels unless it was a really big drop like XRP at 40 cents, 30 cents. But right now, it makes more sense to be buying altcoins than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's price can go up another 25, 30%, but altcoins prices can go up another 10x from these levels. I think Bitcoin might be able to do a 3x, but I think altcoins can do a 10 to 100x from these levels. So I'm in the position now where I've been very bullish on Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin at 15, 16, 30k, 50k more recently, and now I think it's time to for myself to start selling that Bitcoin and start buying altcoins. So I'm going to be looking at some altcoins. I did post on Twitter. I'm buying altcoins again. XRP, Gala, Crow, Filecoin, VeChain. I wonder if that's a sell signal. Sometimes it's funny. I start buying and on the short term the crypto drops. That hasn't happened. But I'll give you the link to my Twitter so you can keep up to date for when I'm buying stuff. So let me put that in the chat. Do follow me on Twitter. But yeah, so Bitcoin dominance, very bullish. I think it's going to continue higher, but it's at levels where I'm more happy buying altcoins. For example, something like XRP, the appeal came through from the SEC actually a day late, which is ridiculous. This is a government agency, and they've put in their appeal a day late. They left it last minute, which is very, very weird and very stupid, and not very professional at all. Putting their appeal in a day late, leaving it last minute. I don't think they'll win the appeal. The appeal is not even about the secondary sales of XRP on the open market. XRP is not a security. They have not appealed the fact that XRP is not a security. That is still the law of the land. It is the only cryptocurrency that is deemed not a security. So that's good news. They are appealing. I think it's to do with the sales of XRP from the company, not through the open markets, maybe through over the counter selling. Also to do with Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson's and fines, for example, which can still have a negative effect if they lose. I don't think they will lose the case, but either way, it's still not the worst case. Is still not terrible. XRP, the main point is XRP is not a security. I'm happy to buy it. I've been buying XRP every time it dipped below 50 cents. 30 cents is the next area I'll buy XRP if it has that last capitulation. So XRP is on that list. Filecoin is another coin I've been looking at. Up 5% today. I was buying this. You can see on Twitter. I bought this before. I think it's still a nice area to buy it. I am targeting Filecoin to go above $10, maybe even reach highs of $100, $200, $100. Maybe not that high, but maybe as high as $100, which is still a nice, I think 20x, 30x from where we are now. So Filecoin was on that list. Gala, a gaming token, trying to diversify into different areas. Filecoin is storage, XRP is payments, Gala is gaming side of things. That was at nice levels, around 2 cents. That has had highs previously of 82 cents, so that might have a 10, 20, 10, 100x maybe potential. So I've bought Gala. I haven't figured out the sell zones yet. Maybe I'll be selling at 8 cents at my first target. But yes, Gala's been at a nice level, and I've been buying Gala. What else did I buy? I bought CRO, looking at exchange side of things. CROcrypto.com has a lot of marketing. If they start sponsoring more, you'll see people trying to buy CRO. It's another sentiment area, trying to diversify in different sentiments of the crypto world. That's at 7 cents, and I'll be targeting $1 for CRO. Previously, it hit 97 cents. Again, that's over a 10x from where we are now. You can see a lot of these altcoins are nowhere near all-time highs. You look at Bitcoin and that's basically at all-time highs. That's why I think it's better to be buying altcoins at these levels. Of course, more risky. Another coin I bought was VET, VeChain, supply chains. Some people don't like the token. It's Chinese relations, so I don't blame people for not buying it. But I've seen this at 30 cents. The previous cycle was at 2 cents, so we're looking at over 10x again for VeChain. As you can see, again, it's at very low levels compared to where Bitcoin is. I do have other things on my radar. I've got Mana on my radar, but that was up 10% the other day, so I didn't want to buy it on the move up. If that comes back down to the 25 cents level, that looks like a good buy as well. Litecoin, if that comes down to $40, that would be a nice buy as well. We might have one final capitulation in the altcoin market, and that's a good area to buy. Dogecoin would have been up a good buy, however, that's already been up 25% this week, so I don't want to buy the pump. Toncoin would be another one I'd like to buy at $4.40. So finally, we've got some action in the crypto market. Bitcoin dominance is coming to those levels where I think it can turn around and that money can start flowing into altcoins. I do think we have one final push up in the in Bitcoin, breaking out this bull flag, looking to target between 85 and 90,000. When we reach 90,000, I think that will top out Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin might go sideways for a little while, and that money can flow into the altcoins. Sandbox is another altcoin I'm looking to buy, and I think at these levels is quite attractive. 28 cents. All-time highs for Sandbox was $8, so you can see that's about a 20x as well. But yeah, that's the crypto side of things. Let me see if you have any questions on that. Looking forward to it, says Meow. NVIDIA prediction, yes, we'll get onto NVIDIA. Hey, up Banana Head says Vaz. Good evening, Lucasade. Lucasades. Hey, Vaz. Sensei, could you look at Plug, please? I think we've broken trend, haven't we? Let's have a look at Plug. That's the first request from Vaz. Vaz always supports the show, so I'm very happy to look at Plug for Vaz. We'll look at that in a second. Bitcoin looks very good in my opinion. Yes, I do think Bitcoin is going to have a push in to around 85, 90k. Yeah, 85, 90k. Yeah. Let's not forget about the music channel, please. Let's play one song a day, so we keep. Yes, please do look at Martyn's music channel. Let's keep that alive. You can find it on the homepage of this channel, or just type in Martyn Lucas music, or just Martyn Lucas. It should come up. And it will be on the homepage of the channel as well. Can you look at Phunware and DJT Sensei? Yes, Craig. Yes, we'll have a look at that right after Plug, because Henrik has also requested Plug. Bitcoin, gold, silver, oil, gas. You don't need anything else. There's RW. We'll be looking at gold and silver as well. ApeCoin is now up 100%. ApeCoin. Let's have a look. Let me just quickly look at ApeCoin. Has that been pumping? Ape USD. Wow. It's up 72% today. Up 72% today. Wow. Lucasades, what happened to your member badge? RW, what happened to your member badge? Yes, RW, what happened? James 007, God bless you all. Looking forward to party with you and Martyn's back. Yes, we're very looking forward to Martyn coming back. That will be, we have to have a party when he's back. So let's start off with Plug and see if there is a trend broken. So again, downtrend, we have signified that with the green trend line. So yes, we were suspecting it would come down in the longer term. Shorter term, yes, we have been down. We hit a target of $1.89. Yeah, and you've got a lot of overhead resistance with Plug right now. We have broken the trend to the upside, the really long-term trend that has happened. There might be a secondary trend line, maybe. But yes, the trend is broken to the downside. What's happening now is we broke that trend. We came down very quickly, came all the way down to $1.61. Let's move to the daily time frame, or the 3-day actually. Yeah, The trend has definitely been broken. You can see the stop loss was hit on the previous trade, so that trade is broken. That trend line is now no longer support, it's resistance. We capitulated to the downside, we're coming back up. It looks like this is a test of the previous support. Is it going to turn into resistance? It looks like it is. This area here, which we're close to now, will be the confirmation. If it doesn't break through, that we're going to continue this trend to downside and maybe come all the way back down to $1.34. The trend has broken to downside, and now it's over the last week it's coming back up to the $2.30 level to test this area and make sure it is resistance and continue the move to the downside. The trend has broken to downside, you are correct. We're coming up to resistance, major resistance at this level. We are basically at $2.30 to $2.50 is major resistance, and I suspect this resistance will hold. We're not oversold on the RSI. I think we're going to continue this move to downside until at least the earnings in about 18 days. So plug power has just continued moving down, and I think it's got some more downside potentials. Next buy zone $1.90, $1.33. Worst case scenario, I'll definitely leave some money on the side for 11 cents as well. It can go all the way back down. Unfortunately, it can.
Jerry and Elba donated $3 through a super chat. Can you take a look at Sofi?
Thank you, Jerry and Elba. Very kind for supporting the channel again. We'll go straight to your request as it is a super chat. And I think we've finished plug anyway. Sofi. Move this across. Held support. It did drop below, but it's got back above it. Held support. Where are we now? We're actually at a bit of horizontal resistance. So we'll put that in. Just putting in some horizontal resistance for the way up. We can take a Fibonacci. Let's just take a major Fibonacci zone from all-time highs to all-time lows. Yes, that correlates exactly to this level. This is what I was looking for. Fibonacci from all the way back in 2021 to the lows of 2023. You get the 236, which is the first target, which is exactly where we're at now. This blue line you see here is the first target of a Fibonacci, and we're at that level now. We're slightly above it. Maybe I haven't drawn this exactly. Let's draw it perfectly. Yes, we are actually slightly above that level at the next resistance. So Sofi is currently at resistance.
Zach Zeit donated $5 through a super chat. SPCE please, it's called Virgin Galactic holding.
Thank you, Zach Zeit, for supporting the channel. We'll look at SBC straight after Sofi. So Sofi is currently set at resistance. We've got a few levels we need to break through before we've got higher targets. One of the take profit levels is this exact level we're at right now, and $10, this sort of level. If it breaks through this week, then you're looking at a target for $11.70, your next take profits, if that suits your agenda. And the one after that would be $14. Once you break through $14, you are looking at levels much higher compared to something like maybe $20, something in that region, and then you're looking at all-time highs. So where we are at resistance, so I'd be careful. I wouldn't be all in because we can get another test of this trend line. Coming back down to $8 wouldn't be abnormal. So that is always a situation because we have to be careful. We are at resistance, so we can come down to the previous support at around $8 and then break through these levels. Or if you are more bullish, if the RSI is slightly overbought but not too concerning, so the momentum can be on your side, and you break through this resistance this week, move up, test the support, and then you start going through all of these resistance. That's also an option, and you have to look to the left and you see this resistance where we are right now. It's also that Fibonacci we just saw. The next level is that high of August of 2023 at $11.70. Once you start breaking through those levels, the momentum can continue to the upside. but you have to be careful. You are currently at resistance. But the candles, it's a green candle, a consolidation candle, and then another green candle. So you can be looking at this continuation move to the upside, looking to target $11.72. But be careful. I mean, if you've been buying this at $6, you nearly doubled your money at $10. You might want to take some profits at this level. Not all your profits, just enough to buy back down some if it comes down to $8. And if it doesn't come back to $8, you can let it ride to $12. And beyond $13.50, and then looking $20 and beyond. But right now, just at resistance, I need to bring that to your attention. You are right now at resistance. Doesn't mean the resistance can't break, and the next target's $11. Certain other sell zone there, or it can you can hold the resistance and you come back to your next support at $8. The RSI is slightly overbought. However, the MACD is showing momentum continuing to the upside. If we look at it on the weekly as well, on the longer term view, you're not overbought yet, so you do have a little bit of time left to move up to that $12. The only other concerning thing would be on the daily. Do you have a gap? You do. So at some point you might expect to come down to $9 and fill that gap. So be careful there. You do have a gap, and gaps get filled 90% of the time. So $9 as well, it might come and fill that to come back down to $8 and continue. It can I can't tell you exactly which way it goes, but you need to be prepared. If it sells off, if this is a resistance, you've got targets to buy at $9 and $8. If it continues to breach this $11, $10 mark this week, then you're looking at $12 and $14. Let's look at the next super chat, SPCE. We haven't looked at that in a while. How's it doing? Last time I remember we had a buy zone. Yes, perfect. Buy zone. I've called it to probably the exact $5.50 was the buy zone. I said it for so long. I haven't been happy to buy this for a very long time until $5.50. $5.50 was the buy level. We've had a sideways accumulation since. Now we're sat at $7.70. So since the previous buy zone I gave, again, not financial advice, but up 41% in a few months, which is good. We're looking to target $10. $10 is the next major target on SBCE. You might want to take some profits there. You've doubled your money in a short amount of time. That is good. I think $10 is very viable, and if we break $10, then $15 can happen very quickly. Remember, the good thing about coming down quickly is you can go up just as quick. We've got the earnings report in 17 days. Got a market cap of 200 million for a space company. RSI is just coming into the overbought section, so be careful. But $5.50 was a previous buy zone, happened to the exact T. You can go and watch the videos a few months back about me saying SVC is a buy. Let me see if we can bring that up. Maybe we can. Playlists. Let's see if we can bring that video up. SPC. Maybe if I type in SPCE, Sensei crypto. Maybe the streams aren't named Sensei crypto. 2 months ago. Let me see this. I just want to see if I can bring it to your attention. No, I can't find it. It will be on the channel. My last, I think it was a bullish SBC video. It was the last SBC video I did. And that was that buy zone at $5.50. But yes, thank you, Zach, for the super chat. We are looking at SBC. $5.50 was a buy zone. It's accumulated, it's breaking out. We're looking to target $10 on SBCE, so it's looking very good. Be careful, RSI is coming up to overbought, but it has broken previous highs, so now we're looking at $10 for SBCE. Looking very good. When everyone's fearful, when that price kept dropping, that's always the time to buy. When everyone's very bullish, and when SBC is up 100% in a few days, that's the time to sell. And we might be coming up to a time to sell. 100% in a few months is also very bullish, and that might be a time to sell at $10. Doesn't mean your whole position, but your trading position can be sold. Again, not financial advice. Let's see what coins we missed. I remember Craig gave me something to look at. Phunware. Look at that. Phunware is breaking every single support, zone by zone, testing this last one as support. So Phunware is looking very, very good. Looking at $17 for Phunware, the long-term target, $17. Yes, there'll be a few resistance points along the way. $8.50. That gap was filled. There's not much. There's really not much. Not even. I mean, these are small resistance points, $8.50 and $12. Your next real target on Phunware, if it holds the support at $6.77, which we are currently holding, you're looking at Phunware reaching $17. You might want to take a few profits along the way, $8.50, $12.50, but $17 looks like an achievable target on Phunware. So trend is looking good. Parabolic move to the upside. All the buy zones around $3, and now you're sat at $6.70. But there's not much on your left. It's come down very quickly, gone up very quickly, come down very quickly. $8.50 past that, and you're looking at $12. So looking good for Phunware. DGT, Trump Media and Technology. DGT, look at that. $12 held as support, $16 held, and it's just moved straight to the upside. Targets. We'd have to sort of look at a Fibonacci, I think, is the best way to look at it, maybe from the highs to the low. You've got a few levels, 50%. Got this level here. You might also look at a Fibonacci, not from the blow off top, but from a more sensible level. And you've got the 50% here. So yeah, you've hit your first target of $28. You've basically hit your next target of $34. So you've 2 out of 3. So that's nice. Are you going to hit your third target, $45? Maybe, maybe not. If you probably want to be taking most of your profits at these levels. The trend is still to the downside. Remember, we did have a capitulation, and that's the recovery has happened. The momentum of the MACD is if you look down here, was going to the upside. Now it's slightly coming back down. So that's concerning. The RSI was overbought and it's come back in. It's no longer overbought, which is good, but it just gives you that that possibility of a bearish divergence. The next time you move up, it might not, your RSI might not be as high, which is a bit concerning. Let's look at 3-day. There's just not enough. 3-day momentum is looking good. RSI is fine, so that's fairly bullish. Weekly RSI is completely fine as well. So getting mixed signals here. On the most part, it's looking good. On the most part, it's looking good. So you might just consider riding the wave, taking small amounts of profit at $34, $45, $55 if it gets that high. But right now, there's no cause for concern. The RSI was slightly overbought. The MACD on the daily. So on the daily, you might get a pullback on the shorter time frame, but there's nothing major. Again, obviously the stock, a lot of people have issues with about it not. I mean, the earnings per share is negative. I don't know about the fundamentals of the stock, but the chart is looking fine. We're looking. You can quite easily reach that $45 range if the momentum continues, as long as there's not bad news. Yeah, it's looking fine. Thank you, Craig, for your comment. What are your thoughts on Rocket Lab? Well, Rocket Lab we looked at and we saw it was an amazing accumulation, a bottoming out structure. We were very bullish on it a few months ago. Just depends. Have we continued. Yes, it's completely fine. Look at that. Trend line to downside broke. Support at $3.50 held. And ever since, we've said we're going to be moving up these resistance points. Resistance, buy back at support. Resistance, if it comes back, buy back at support. Resistance, and it just continues moving up. We're at the final resistance, $11. We're at finally there. We said that last week. Look, every week we've been looking at it and saying it's onto its next resistance. Final resistance points before a big move. Same thing again. If it holds the previous support at $10, you're fine. You can break through $11 again. If you start breaking $10, then yes, a few things are changing. But previously we haven't broken previous lows. So you went up to $7, you held the support. You went up to $7 again and you broke through. You went up to $10, you didn't even break previous support. You held all supports. Now you're at $11. Previous supports at $10, $9.80. If you continue, you're looking at $15. $15 is the next target. That's the major target. Once you break $15, the sky's sort of its limits. Yes, $16, $17 is a bit of resistance, and the all-time high is at $21. But looking amazing. One of the best trades we've taken all year. Keeping an eye on it all year. Now we're up 223% since in about 182 days. So congratulations. Again, not financial advice. If you took the trade, that's all on your own hands. Nothing to do with me. I'm just looking at the charts and saying this is a bottoming out structure, support and resistance, breaking every single support and resistance points. And now you're up 220%, and you're on your final target of $15. That will take you up another 36%. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets hit. Are we going to get the last one? Profit should have been taken at some of these levels, but we've got a final level as well at $15. So still looking good. Be slightly careful on the short time frame. Do have some bearish divergence, so I wouldn't be surprised if this come down to $9. So I wouldn't be FOMOing in right now. A lot of money has been made. I wouldn't FOMO in right now. There's a little bit of bearish divergence going on right now, so we can have a pullback. But the longer time frames are looking good. I wouldn't start FOMOing in now. 220% gains have already been made this year. Yeah. But I've been bullish on Rocket Lab all year. Bringing that to your attention. Definitely. In winter in the UK, says James. Hello, Sensei. Can you look at SBC? Yes, we have just looked at SBCE. I've been drinking a lot of tea, says James. We got burnt by drug on Friday. What was drug? Brian might spy medicine. How? It was up 117% on Friday. Was it not? Yeah. Hit the like button for Sensei. Yes, if you have just tuned in or if you are watching and you enjoy the content, please do hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Thank you, James, for bringing that up. Yes, we'll give ringtone a try. Talking about tea in the comments. Love it. Tim Rogers with a super chat, $5. Sensei, hello. Can you look at ABT? Yes. Thank you, Tim. Let's look at that now. ABT. Craig says thank you. No worries at all. Henrik also says thank you. GODB. Hello all. I missed you all so much. Thank you for tuning back in, GODB. Welcome in. How many likes do we have on the show? 18 likes, 48. We need to do better on the likes. If everyone can just take a second to hit the like button. We've got 50 people watching, but only 18 likes. We can do much better than that. So please do hit that like button. Thank you. Okay, ABT. This is a super chat from Tim Rogers. Tim Roberts. $207 billion market cap, 1.8% dividend. Engages in the discovery, development, manufacture, and sale of healthcare products. Tim Rogers, have you heard? I'm trying to make a full my own sort of ETF, a little pie to be investing in for myself on Trading 212. I'm looking for everyone's stock suggestions, buying them at, and we're looking for the more undervalued items in the stock market. Pitch this stock to us. Do you think this is one for us to be holding in our pie, or for me to be adding to the pie? And if anyone else has their favorite stocks that should be in the pie, let me know. If they're more high risks, I don't mind having a look at them. Something like FFIE, I won't look at. I don't want that in the pie. Something like SBC, I might dedicate a small percentage to. So far on the pie, we have Hood, Robinhood. I don't want to be buying at these levels. We were buying this at around $10, but it's part of one of the ones that I'd like to buy, and also Tesla. We've just started making this list. I would add maybe SBC to it. I might add McDonald's to it, for example. But yeah, we're just looking at potential things to add. But ABT looks like a large company. And the first reason I mentioned it is because I zoomed out, looked at the company, and it doesn't look like a terrible company, because you can see it's been around for a long time, and all it's been doing is making new highs. So you can tell just from looking at a chart that this company is a large company that's been around for a long time, that isn't going bust anytime soon, and it's been making returns for years and years and years. But let's get down to the technical analysis. That was a little sidetrack. So swing lows, we've got around $88, all-time highs we achieved in 2022 around $134. Got your COVID drop there, yeah, $56. First all-time high there, sat at $120, which is actually resistance of where we are right now. Fibonacci we can take from the all-time highs to this swing low here. Got 786 at $125. I'm just doing a full analysis before I give you my thoughts, just getting all the levels ready. Have we hit the zone of the 2020? I think we have, yeah. What else can we look at? Let's get some of these bull market support bands back in action. Yep, you're above the bull market support band. Simple moving average above that. So let me just check if that's the 200 week. 200 week. 200 day as well. Just want to check one thing. Is this the same? Let's go back down to 2020. That's a 200 day and that's 200 week. Okay. So got a few trend lines on here as well. We can start implementing these again. Remember this trend line, if you I used to use it a lot. I should get back into the habit of using it. It's the bull market support band. It's a few moving averages. If I can remember correctly, it's the 20 week and the 20 week simple moving average, and the 20 week moving average. Just shows the trend, and then we've got the 20 week moving average as well. Which you're above, so that's bullish, so that's good. So that's our first indicator that you're good. You're above the moving averages. It's interesting because it's one of those growth stocks. Like we'll continue making all-time highs, but there's not much left growth-wise. You're not looking at massive gains, but I guess that's not what you're expecting with a large market cap stock. Okay, I'll give you the levels. So right now we're stuck. We are at a resistance point. We are at major resistance. Actually, it's the previous all-time high. First time you hit it, you tested it and you fell 17% within less than half a year. So that's the last time you hit this. The first time you hit this level, the first all-time high, you went down straight away. The next time you sort of went above it, and then as soon as you came back down, you fell below the level. So you weren't above it for that long. You were above it for a few weeks, and then you came down another 25%. The last time you hit it, you couldn't break it as resistance. So you hit it and you came down 17% to your next support, which is at about $100. And you're trying again. So you've knocked on that door recently, and you're trying to knock on that door again. I can't tell you if you're going to break resistance or not. There's a few indicators. First one, the RSI is overbought. No, it's not overbought. Is it in the bullish control range? Yes, it's above 50. It's sat at 66. So the momentum is the upside. Then you look at the MACD. Is the MACD in the green or the red? Firstly, it's in the green. Is the MACD growing? Yes, momentum is growing. That's on the weekly. Then you look at the daily. The daily MACD is growing every single day. Momentum is continuing to the upside. The RSI is slightly overbought. Is that concerning? Well, it's something to take into account. You are overbought technically, but if the momentum is continuing to the upside, you can be overbought for a few days, a few weeks. So that's not a major concern. If the momentum was dropping and the RSI was overbought, then you would be concerned. But the momentum of the MACD is growing and the RSI is growing, so that's not a major concern. So indicators are looking fine, maybe slightly bullish. The chart, you're at resistance. $120 is resistance. You have to expect to not break that resistance straight away. You can come back down to the support of $111 and you'll still be perfectly fine. Some people take profits at these resistance, especially if you've been buying at $99 a few weeks ago at the previous support. You've made 20% in 77 days on a very large market cap stock. That's why people will be taking profits. That's why if you bought at those levels, or if you bought at $88, you're up. It all depends on where you bought it and how much you want to make. In a year, you've made 35% on a large market cap, fairly safe stock. So some people will be selling at this level. You are making higher lows, so more people are buying this stock, which is good news. You just need to be careful. There's resistance. Two things you can do. One is not do anything and hope it holds. You're holding this, buying this every day. You're dollar cost averaging into the stock, hoping it goes higher, and eventually it will do. Or you're trading it a little bit. You've bought it lower. You're at $120. You might want to take some profits because resistance is areas to take profits, in my opinion, and then see to buy back down at $111, put a limit order to buy back down there, put a limit order to buy back at $99 because both those areas are very highly possible areas that this stock will come back down and test. At some point, maybe not in this movement to the upside, maybe in the next recession, maybe in the next stock downturn, or maybe when there's bad news about the stock, you might be hoping to buy at $111, $99, and worst case at $88. You want to leave money aside to buy at all these levels. So those are limit orders on the downside to buy. Other scenario, the indicators are looking good, MACD is rising, momentum on its side, you break $120 this time, and if you break $120, you might look at higher areas to take profits, $125 being the next level to either take profits or look at that point to see if it breaks it, and if it breaks $125, you're looking at all-time highs, you're looking at $134 as your level, as your main targets, your all-time highs. It's quite possible to hit in this next move to the upside, so you're looking at $134 as your next target, and once you break that all-time high, the sky's the limit, but you can have a pretty good idea of where to take profits, and that's the 1618, and that's looking at $163. So you'll definitely want to take some profits at that level, definitely want to take some profits at all-time highs at $134, and you want to look for the stock to not lose its momentum. You want to look at it to continue making higher lows and continue taking those smaller resistance points out one by one. Just lost that level. Let me just do that Fibonacci again. So we have that major take profit level, which is, oh, what's happened? I've lost connection. Live chat still there? Strong winds in the UK. Yeah, it's affecting my connection, James. Yeah, so your major target's $163. And again, I've just explained where to buy and where to sell. Again, not financial advice, but this stock is looking good. It's accumulated. It's not very much. It's not really overbought on the weekly or the daily. A little bit overbought on the daily, but that's not too much of a concern. If you just zoom out, you can see continues moving up. Now you've got this whole consolidation accumulation zone, and you're looking to break the previous all-time high at 120, and then the all-time high at $140, and you're looking to target $163. But you always want to have money on the side to buy it in case the stock market comes to the downside. You would be annoyed if you can't buy it at $88, $99. But yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Looking like a great stock. Has anyone heard from Bill recently? We haven't seen him in a while. Bill used to be one of the first members of the show. Sensei, when you make a trading 212 pi, I'll copy it. Thank you, James. Let me see. James, is one of these your pies? These are the most copied in the last 30 days. Daily dividends, I don't think. AI stocks? Honestly, is it by James, maybe? UK ISA dividend pie. We're looking to create a pie of all the favorite stocks of the channel. I believe ABT should be considered. I love the growth and dividends. ABT, let's add it to the list. ABT. I would have to do some more research, maybe ask Martyn, maybe do a super chat for Martyn to have a look at the fundamentals as well. But let's add it to the new stock list, ABT. Hood is so good. Yes, Zach said, do you remember me saying it's just going to continue moving to the upside? The chart's looking great. Adding ACHR and Joby. These are one of your favorite stocks, aren't they? VAS ACHR. These are to do with what's the technology called, Vaz? I forgot what the technology is called. I have not been following this side of the stocks. Looking at some support. Remember, lower high, lower high, lower high. You're at support. $2.80 was support. So might be a nice place to buy this stock. So we can add it to the list. Market cap is 1 billion. Would have to look at the fundamentals, but we'll add it to the list. ACHR. It might be one of the more risky ones, lower percentage to put towards it. And what's the other one? Joby. Joby. Buy level was at $4.70. It's currently set at $5.61. Target $7. We can also add Joby. I'd have to have a deeper look at those two specific ones because they're lower market caps. But thank you for your suggestions. Why not diversify into that sector? If you think it's going to be a big sector, I believe you've asked, and I'll have to research it and get exposed to it. Sensei, Tilray at 158 should be a large size of the pie. Tilray is just something I personally wouldn't want to invest in. Not that it can't go up, but just in terms of I personally don't want to be invested in a cannabis company. Simple as that. I love the medicine side of it. I've just seen too many lives ruined, even though it's not one of the worst drugs. It does always lead to other things, in my opinion. So I wouldn't personally want to put my money into that company. But Tilray is at quite low levels. Unfortunately, if you just zoom out though, what's I think everyone's been saying this has been an amazing company for far too long. 2020, when it first came out, 2018, it was at $300. 2020, it had its big pump. 2021 went up to $65. Everyone was saying it's the best stock ever. And ever since, everyone's been saying it's the best stock ever at $31. When it jumped from $13 to $23, everyone said it was amazing. When it jumped from $9 to $14, everyone got excited. When it jumped from $4 to $10, everyone said it was so excited. And all it's been doing is moving down and down. You can't deny reality, and the reality is it's just moving down. Just like SBC, maybe it's an amazing company, but you can't deny the charts, and the charts just keep saying it's going down, 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 down. And that's all that's been happening with Tilray. You're actually at more of a base. It's much more sensible to be investing now than at any of those other points. but it's still highly risky, and the trend is just to the downside. So doesn't even mean it's the best company. You can see by the chart, all it's been doing is going down. So I definitely wouldn't put a large slice of the pie, even if I was happy to invest in a company like this. Just looking at the charts and how it's been performing, I wouldn't put a large slice of the pie into it. But thank you for your thoughts. But yeah, Tilray at these levels, I don't want you coming back next week and saying, look, Tilray popped 50%. I mean, at these levels, Tilray is looking attractive for a trade, for a small amount of your portfolio. It is at all-time lows. It is at its base. It can pop to $2.50 in 2 weeks. That is highly possible. And in 10 years, this can be one of the largest cannabis companies, but very unlikely. No, very unlikely that. I guess, is it very unlikely it'll be the largest one? No, because it's probably one of the largest ones now. It's just this before it pops off, this company can also go bankrupt, and I think people forget that. It's very risky, is what I'm trying to say. Sensei, please can you look at Herbalife, HLF. HLF. Have a quick look because I want to look at gold and silver as well before the show finishes. Herbalife, yes, it's at buy level of $7. What does this company do? Engaged in provision of health and wellness products. It operates through North. Okay. Herbalife. Let's have a look at this company. Herbalife is an American multinational, multi-level marketing corporation that develops and sells dietary supplements. Okay, good. Looking, it's the market cap, 705 million at buy level at $7. Yeah, we'll add it to the list. Yeah, you are at a level, a buy level, so we can add that to the list. HLF. It doesn't seem like a bad company. I'd have to look into it. That's right, Baz. Just showing the card shopping till we felt great. Shame we still have the demo version of Robinhood in the UK, Zach. No. What do you mean, Vaz? We do have the full version. I mean, we don't have access to some of the features, but we have the full version. Since I'm using Hood Gold Card and I love it, it gets me so much back. The best card for me to invest in Hood by living the market is clear and with no doubt. Yeah, it's much better than the Trading 212 card, that's for sure, but we don't have access to that in the UK, the Hood card. Strong wins in the UK, thank you, James. My concern is paying capital gains this year on ABT. My cost base is $92. I will ride it out with this quarter until Q1 of 25. Yeah, the capital gains is. Has anyone given much thought about the budget coming up in 2 weeks' time in the UK? Maybe capital gains is maybe there will be no more capital gains exempt. So it might be a good time to sell. Who knows? Maybe they take away the what is it now, £4,000 that you can get capital gains free allowance. ABT. So you bought it at $92. But I guess we don't have anything such as long-term and short-term gains in as stocks traded on the larger markets. Yeah, you bought it at $92. Bought at a very nice level, basically at that last dip. Yeah, I mean, at some point you're going to have to pay that capital gains. You don't want to lose money. Thanks for the show, Sensei. Until Martyn is back, you need to go live on Friday playing your accordion. Martyn's like that. Thank you for that. I won't be doing that. I'm not going to play the accordion, even though I can play the accordion. I can't play the accordion. That was a joke. I'm not doing that. Thank you, Vaz, though. I'm happy that you have faith in my abilities, my musical abilities. But no, I'll leave that to Martyn. Bill keeps losing his badge. I'm so sad. I had 200 shares at $116 and sold for a $500 profit. Now it's at 138. What we're talking about? What stock is this? Knowledge Power. Sensei, you nearly got to my pies. There were just a couple more down the list. My profile picture on 212 is similar to my YouTube logo. Oh, we nearly got there. Let's have a look. We nearly got there. Similar to your profile picture on YouTube. Oh, cute. Oh, here we go. AI growth, main players. This is James's pie on Trading 212, I imagine. AI growth. I knew it was something AI as well. Similar, yeah, 007. Here we go. Spend 007. And there's another one. Spend. What do you say? I think if we here we go. We've found James's Trading 212. 3.7k pie copies. Let's have a look. 2.5k copies of your high dividend selection. Have you got anyone sign up for your Trading 212 this way, James? Just wondering. I see a lot of people do that, but I just don't know if anyone actually signs up. Let me know. Here are the suggestions. Thank you, James. That's very cool. Could you take a look at Target? Real Mexican Joker. I don't think I've ever done one of your requests, so it's a lucky day. We're about to look at gold and silver and NVIDIA, but we will have a look at Target. Target, $100 was its previous buy zone. Nothing too interesting really. You've got resistance above you at $175. You should quite easily reach that area. All-time highs down to that previous low. You've got 786 at $212. 2 limit orders to sell. Next level to maybe buy. Limit orders if you really want to buy this stock, you're looking at $127, $100, and worst case, you're looking at $83. That's a very quick overview for you with Target. RSI's in the middle, continue to run up. $175 should be the next target on this stock. I agree, the tax man is always coming, says Tim Rogers. Yes. Crystal ball question: can a company correct a reverse split that was done, for example, 1 to 20 or 20? My wish space. Yeah, it can always. I mean, they can't go back in time and correct it, but it can certainly have a stock split. But yeah, we won't be having one anytime soon. Otherwise, SBC's price will be in the pennies. But yeah, I mean, at one point, if SBC goes back to $100, we might, or if SBC goes up to $120, we might see a stock split. Real Mexican Joker, no worries. Sorry, it was very quick. We just have a few more to look at. We're going to quickly look at NVIDIA because that's in the title. And it's done exactly as said. Remember, $130 was a very key point. $116 was key. We held $116. Then $130 was the key resistance. We broke past $160. I said as soon $130 as soon as we broke past $130, I said the next target's all-time highs, and we hit all-time highs. So exactly as predicted, we hit all-time highs. What's going to happen next? No one knows. All-time highs for someone to take profits. Your next buy zone was $130 again. And if you look to break all-time highs, if the momentum in the stock market continues, you do have much higher targets on NVIDIA. You're looking to hit the target of $172. So your next take profits are $172. Your next buy zones are $97, $116, $124. So NVIDIA looking good. Our MACD going back green. Your weekly RSI is not overbought. Your daily RSI is not overbought. Your MACD is slowly going down to downside. So don't be concerned if this stock comes back to $130. If it holds $130, you can have another crack at all-time highs and then move up to $172. So NVIDIA, not much to say. What I said is going to happen has happened. Now let's quickly look at gold and silver. Gold just continues making new all-time highs. $2,721. I think so many people called me crazy saying gold's going to be one of the best performing assets this year, and it was. Let's go to indicators. Gold. Cup and handle pattern. I've been talking about it all last year and this year. First target of 2,400 reach. I can't believe we're saying that gold might be hitting a final target of $2,800. If you cast your mind back, we're buying this all the way down at 1,700. Even from the breakout point, gold is up 31%. This year, gold is up 37%. Absolutely amazing. We've got a little bit longer to go for gold, so it's looking great. What's now happening? Silver has also actually outperformed gold this year, I think. I think it has. Let's just go on the yearly. Silver is up 41%, so it's just slightly outperformed gold. But what's happening on silver is something quite similar. If we go to the 3-day, is it more prominent on the silver pound? Yeah, I mean, it's visible on both, but you've got basically another cup and handle structure. Let's get rid of that. What you've got going on is, can I draw it now? Got an arc between here and here. That's your cup. And you've got your handle. So very similar. I mean, your handle is a bit higher than your, you can move it up if you like. Trying to figure out if it's on the, you can kind of see it. I need to spend more time trying to draw it properly. Let's go on the US dollar chart for a second. Silver. You've basically got a cup and handle structure as well on silver. So you've got this here, basically that there. You've got the cup, you've got the handle, you're breaking out, you're looking at a target on silver as well. It's very weird that they're both having cup and handle structures. Gold is obviously much nicer cup and handle structure, but the silver's looking like a cup and handle as well. You can see it's this dome, this handle. You're looking to reach $44 an ounce for silver. Which would be in line nearly all-time highs. All-time highs on silver is $50. So silver is looking like it's on breakout watch. We might get a 50% move up in silver this year. So very exciting. Silver was up 6% on Friday. In one day, silver made 6%. Gold was up another percent. So just bringing that to attention. Gold and silver have been performing very well, and it looks like they're going to continue moving up. But we've come to the end of the show. Thank you all for watching. See what your final comments are. Hit your like button on your way out. Hi, has your analysis changed for NVIDIA? No. That's why I didn't spend too much time on it. It's the same as before. Agree, Sensei. Capital gains personal allowance has been slashed every year. Wouldn't be surprised if they cancel it completely. Yeah, that would be not nice, wouldn't it? Crystal ball question: Can a company correct a reverse split that was done? Yeah, we've already answered that. And Sensei, I added the 212 code on my Pi. I had about 5 people use the Pi on the first day and 5 bonus from 212. The top Pi on 212 must take a lot of people by using its 212 code. Yes. So how does the Pi's because obviously if you're already on trading 212, you've probably already got an account. So is it published? Do people look at the feed without having trading 212? Do you know what I mean, James? Because if you're on the app looking at the feed, you've probably already got an account. So is it on the web or something that people are looking? Thank you so much, Sensei. I wish all the green candles and good luck. Yes, thank you, Zax8. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you make videos about 212, you can request a private 212 code to use all year round with no limits. This is why people promote 212 via YouTube videos, because they get their private 212 discount code. So what restricts you from using the 212 code on that you just get? Use your promo code. No, use oh, you can only get 5 people using it. Oh, I understand. Oh, you reached your 5 straight away. Oh, interesting. Okay, interesting. Thank you, James. Maybe one day. The top pies will get their codes used 10 times per day. It's crazy, isn't it? Hi everyone, good evening, Stephen Lewandowski. Hi Mr. Bond, good evening. I'll wait to see if James responds about that question I had. I'll look out for a comment, James, in the comments after the show ends. I'll see if you reply. Until next time, thank you all for tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye.